come along while I spit Patron on this microphone. Watch out, I'm in the zone, worth for everything I own. Life is March Madness, one mistake, then you go. Yeah, I had a stroke, but your boy still rhyming. And fresh got locked, but the squad still wildin'. Catch me in any city in the hood, we grindin'.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Jarrell Big Baby Miller has officially received a 2-year suspension for his PED violations, and he won't be able to return to the ring until January of 2022. Trill Dollar Bill, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, hey, listen, this is what you get. You know what I'm saying? The punishment, you know what I'm saying? At first, right? At first, I was really disappointed in Big Baby Miller. I was like, ban him for life, because not the fact of him, doing the whole roids, because I know, the sport that I love so much is a little bit messed up. But it wasn't the fact of him being busted. It was the fact of how he went on a rant when he was attacking other fighters and their credibility, saying how they were cheating. And then you don't get caught with 1, not 2, but you had a steroid cocktail in you. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting there pointing fingers. You know what I'm saying? That's why you say, never throw stones. If you live in a glass house, because, listen, it shattered his whole world, right? And in the Bible, right, it says, he, without sin, should cast the first stone.
Oh, Trill Wilder.
Trill Wilder.
And he was full of sin, was busted before. But he went out his way to call AJ, Wilder, anybody he possibly can, a cheater. And you was the cheater. I wanted you to get banned, but I thought maybe that'd be too harsh, right? But the only reason why I said it was banned is because you're putting everybody else's life at risk. You're a big man, 400-something pounds, 300-something pounds. I mean, agile on your feet. You can do damage and you can really hurt somebody. That's why I was calling for a ban. But then it was like, maybe that was just too harsh, And then, I see this ban right here, they're giving you 2 years. And I was like, 2 years is fine, but you already been out for a while now also, I'm cool with the 2 years, but, me just being me, shoot, I would have called my lawyer and asked him, can he run a concurrent? You know what I'm saying? Because, with the time, and you would have been able to fight now, because you've been out for like 2 years, But, hey, listen, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. You deserve some type of punishment because you was a creep for that.
G.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't he got the 2 years because they tested him while he was, training?
He was training for a fight against Jerry Forrest, and then before the fight, he tested positive for having a banned substance in the system.
Yeah, at this point, I have to say we got to ban Big Former Miller, because if it was one,
not banned, it's 2 years. He's.
I'm saying we need to ban him. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, because one time, I'm willing to forgive.
Mm-hmm. You can't ban him.
G. You had a conspiracy when they hit. It's like maybe it was just lingering. Now you just gotta ban him again. Damn, G. You made the conspiracy.
Then hang on every word you say, G. So you gotta come correct.
Listen, conspiracy G tries to see the good in everyone. So I was trying to give him a loophole out of the situation.
Oh wait, hold on. So you're saying that Conspiracy G is your alter ego?
Yeah, listen.
You're saying that like your G.
Conspiracy G is a good guy.
Brothers. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, so you're saying like your King Deontay Wilder has an alter ego?
No. Watch your
alter ego. Is that what you're saying? So you and Wilder, y'all both have alter egos then?
I'm saying this. Conspiracy G tries to help brothers out. Right at the most, get out of here, you're done. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is for Big Pharma Miller, bruh, this is your I don't know if this is your second, your third, your fourth, whatever violation. It's too many violations. You gotta go. You know what I mean? Because salute to what's his name? Jarrell Miller? No, Jarrell Washington, excuse me. Jarrell Washington was the first boxer, from my opinion, who brought this to our attention publicly. It was like, yo, this dude is a cheater for real. Test this man. You know what I mean? Like, and lo and behold, Washington got battered in that ring. But if it was due to drugs, man, that's dangerous. You know what I mean? Imagine if he actually got to fight AJ and did damage to AJ due to what Trill calls the PED cocktail. You know what I mean? The pharmaceutical punch. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if this dude is going up against elite fighters and taking years off of their careers, bro. That can't be tolerated. I don't understand how a guy can continuously just take stuff trying to look like a bodybuilder when he should be a boxer. You got to get him out of here. At this point, it's like, I can't even find a reason as Conspiracy to even defend the brother. I'm just like, yeah, get this dude out the way. You had a good run. Maybe you could become a security guard at some club somewhere, but boxing ain't for you, man.
I just want to be like G. I just want to have two opinions. You know what I'm saying? And just be able to go one way, and go to directly the other way. I want to be like G, and I want to do what Sean Porter did the other night. I want to make all my predictions after the first round. All right, so Ned, did you go already, Ned?
No, I didn't. But get him out of here, yo. Forget Big Pharma, man. He's a damn cheater. He blew the opportunity of lifetime when they had when he had the AJ fight, and we all saw how that came out when Andy Ruiz capitalized off of him being suspended, off of Jarrell Miller being suspended off of his drug binge or whatever he was doing, and now at this point, yeah, so long. I don't want to see him back in the sport. I don't think he could, like, after 2 years out. I don't think he could. There's anybody who's gonna want to fight him with his history, and at this point, I don't think anybody's gonna want to see him fight. So so long. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Don't tell him he's gonna be working security at a club. At least he can start a private security company or something. I don't know. Some word of advice.
Boxing, bro.
But
hold on, just to add, Ned, this dude is taking drugs for dudes that ain't even in the top 10. Bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, come on,
what happened to your Conspiracy though? G, your Conspiracy was leftover residue from when you took it.
This is months later though. What kind of residue is this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you said, but you didn't stop you from making that argument before.
Yeah, but before it was plausible. You know what I'm saying? Now
there was less information.
Like, you could make an argument. There's the probability of 5% can still be in your system. All that stuff, bro. This has been months later. Like, damn near almost a year now or something. A little over a year, whatever. It can't still be in your system unless you still being dirty. So, and you're doing that for dudes that are like no names, bro. That means you have a mental problem. Like, to me, that's something in here that he feels like he can't perform without it. Because if you feel like you need to shoot up something, pop something, whatever you got to do to fight low-level opposition, you don't need to be in the sport anymore.
Yeah, I heard one of the things that he was taking was an injection. Like, so like a lot of times, like I have to say it. Like, some people, they'll get a drink or something. I remember somebody rubbed the cream on him.
Yeah, exactly.
And he didn't know somebody rubbed the cream on him. But when you're taking an injection, somebody stabbing you in the ass. Excuse me,
Yo, pass me that syringe, bro.
I'm just feel that pinch.
It's just vitamin C. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
You feel that pinch. You bending over.
You guys are terrible. But for me, I don't know. I feel like the 2-year ban, it depends on what your goal is, right? If your goal is to deter this behavior, I think you would give a longer ban to make it more difficult for the fighter to ever come back. However, I just think it's the unwritten rules of athletics. And you're faced with this at a young age, to be honest with you. When I played high school football, I was one of the most talented kids on the field. And then people started taking PEDs and started taking all types of things. And they started performing to the point where, you know, they were getting offers. And then you're in a position where, well, are you going to be a clean athlete or are you going to succumb to this? Because you know what they're doing to be better. But then for me, it wasn't worth it. Like, for me, it's about, you know, I'd rather be healthy. I'd rather not inject things into my body. I don't know.
And you're not sneaky enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You've never been a sneaky kid. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? You be trying to, you was noise, you be bumping over stuff, you trying to sneak out of the counter. He was never a sneaky kid. You have to be sneaky to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we know a lot of people are doing it, but they're not just getting caught because you got to be good at it. You got to be a good sneak. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And so, it was never my desire. You know, if I couldn't also, I'm never the type, I can't take pride in winning by cheating.
Yeah.
Like, if we're playing a basketball game and I step out of bounds and no one saw it, I would just drop the ball and run over. And then be like, well, I'd be like, I stepped out of bounds. Because for me, the victory is knowing I won the right way. Like, I don't want no cheats. Even when I feel like there's a 60-40 call in my favor and I make the call and someone's so adamant and complaining and crying, I say, take the ball. Because when I beat you, I want no excuse. Like, that's just how I've always been. Like, so for me, I can't, like, be king on the mountain knowing that my strength comes from this bottle that anyone can take, you know? So it's like, it's not really me, it's this. But, you know, in the world of athletics, you have so much, you know, relying on it. You have people don't understand this, and it's very brutal. If you've never been to a camp, like if you never put yourself through a fighting camp, like I've been through several camps, like you get injured, you get hurt, the harder you train, like your muscles are torn, and you wake up some days and it's like from the moment you wake up, it's like you could barely walk, but then you got to go run 5 miles. And so like you're stretching out, you're rolling, and a lot of these guys are taking it just so, like, you know, truthfully, they can heal and they can feel good and they can push themselves. But what happens when you heal that fast and you're able to work out every workout, like the first day you start, like you're fresh, you're building more muscle, you're generating all that. So that's what ends up happening. And so it's a very difficult thing within the sport. And I just think, like, the unwritten rule is, you know, they turn a blind eye. And if you get caught, once you get caught, from the moment you get caught, that's when they'll give you a light slap on the wrist until they're forced to have to ban you. And so in this case, you know, Joe Big Baby Miller, he gets another break. 2 years from now, he'll hop in the ring. But if they really wanted to deter this behavior, they would give like 10-year bans, or even, you know, 10-year bans, or 5-year for the first time, 10-year for the second time, third time you're banned for life. But all it tells me is they're not too worried about it because it's probably common, like more common than we know.
Yeah, you just got to be slick and sneaky, not get caught. Please like and subscribe. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Also, check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
We could have been flawless, flying up to make people's mouths drop jawless. How can 2 years be erased in 1 August? And you know I have my pride, so I had to get brolic. All in all, I can't call it. Just know you're my queen. Wish I was denim, cause then I be in your jeans. Can't fight fate, and you've been loving me since your teens. But when you can't move forward, you gotta wipe your slate clean.